is comparable to the nucleolus. The nucleolus aids the proteins in building other parts of the cell, in regrowth, and other things like that. For example, when an organelle has damage to it or is injured or something along those lines, that is where the nucleolus comes in with proteins and tries to helps rebuild the structure. Let's fly away over here to our border patrol. Now, the border patrol functions as the plasma membrane of the cell. Now, the plasma membrane determines what is allowed to enter and exit the cell. It is made up of a phospholipid bilayer and transport proteins that determine what enters and exits the cell in order to keep bad things out of the cell and only allow in what is necessary. Now over here, on the edge of our border patrol, we have our guardians of the city. These big jack-o'-lantern snowmen guys over here that are keeping guard. These guys actually throw snowballs at intruders, such as creepers or zombies or anything else. So that keeps our city safe in these little border patrol rooms here. Now, there we go. Sprinting. Don't you just love it? Alright, we have sprinted right to the junkyard over here. Junkyard is comparable to the lysosomes. Lysosomes are basically like your digestive system. They break down wastes for the cell. Now, the junkyard over here is where people store their trash, and it gets burned and broken down, just in the same way that the lysosomes break down waste for the cell. Now, we only have one more building to go into, and that is the giant building right here, the hospital. Let me tell you, this building was a pain in the behind to build, but it looks so amazing now. If all of these Ebola patients would not get in my way and try trading with me, oh my freaking gosh. Annoying patients. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can't get through this. Here you've got your waiting room, this nice little black sheet that's waiting patiently. You've got your computers here where you check in. When you're ready to be seen, you go through here. And then going this way, you've got the doctor's room in here for when the doctors have to stay all night for surgery and other things. Down here, you've got the break room where doctors and nurses will come for breaks. And here you've got your equipment room with different enchantment tables, furnaces, dispensers, and medicines. Let's see, that's the employee entrance over there. Here we've got patient rooms for emergency patients. Emergency patients come in a different area, the emergency room, which is right over here. Here, this is where you check into the emergency room, waiting room right here. You check in with your emergency, and you go through here, and you will be waiting in one of these rooms here. In these emergency rooms, you've got a bed, you've got your medicine stand where they give you medicine drips and IVs and other things. You've got your chest here for belongings and your medications, and then you've got any visitors with you can sit there. Now, let's move on. The elevator and, oh goodness, okay. The elevator and the stairs are over here. Here's the elevator in here. Nice peaceful room. We'll just go up this ladder here, or not. Alright, I guess we'll take the stairs then, if we can get out of the elevator. If we can get out of the elevator, thank you. Alright, let's take the stairs up to the second floor, which is the part that's actually comparable to an organelle. The NICU. In there you've got your NICU, here are your cribs, makeshift cribs, for when babies need to come in here. You've got all your materials over here, and chests for storing diapers and medicines and other things, and then here you've got your changing station. And then out here you've got patient rooms for the mamas who have just had their babies. Got nice little windows here. Look at that glass, amazing. Nice little windows here, very similar to the emergency patient rooms, with the exception that these have windows. Thanks for slamming the door in my face, bro, I appreciate it. And here you've got a little doctor's or nurse's station, where they will work at their office here, and people can come in and chat or see them if they're getting fired or whatever the case may be. Now, this building, and specifically this floor here, is comparable to the centrioles in a cell. Now, the centrioles of the cell have a key purpose, and that is aiding in cell division and rebirth. They aid in copying the genetic code of the cell, which is stored in the nucleus, in order to divide the cell into 2 cells. Now, here's another office room over here, and then you've got patient rooms for mamas all the way down here, and a very big guy over here, another patient room in there. Let's go up another floor. Yeah, so that floor was the only thing that was comparable to the cell specifically, because it compares to the centrioles in reproduction of the cell. I will show you the other two floors in the roof just for fun, but they aren't comparable to any organelles in the cell. Now, this room here, this is the surgery room. You know, patients come in here for surgery, where the doctors work. If you're getting brain surgery or whatever, you've got some sinks here, and then chests here, and then your surgery happens right there. You've got an enchantment thing over there. Alright, and then you've got patient rooms and doctors and nurses stations located all around the central surgery station over here. You can see in there through there. Let's go up to the 4th floor, the final floor here. Up, 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 up. Alrighty. Now that we're up here, alright, in here we have the X-ray room. Here are your lights right here. Nice little glowing lights. That's super helpful because we don't have to have torches in here. Alright, so you've got computers over here, and then here you've got your screening where you take your X-ray of your patient here for broken bones and other things. This is a direct copy of the X-ray room because you're going to have more than one person getting X-rayed at a time. Alright, now that we're out here, this room here is the pharmacy, where you keep all of your medicines and dispense them when they're needed for different patients. You've got all the patients' data and what medicines they've taken and other things like that stored on these computers and in these chests here. And all the medicines that are needed and need to be dispensed to patients are located right here on this table in each one of these medicine containers. Now, these things are the bane of my existence. Okay, now moving on to the last room on the 4th floor. This is the lab. I know it looks very similar to the pharmacy, however, this is not directly involved with the patients. This room here is where different medicines are created and other things are tested and things along those lines. You've got experiments going on in here for different kinds of medicines and different levels of potency and things along those lines, with other medications and potions being stored in there. Now, if I can get out this door, again, if I can get out this door, thank you. Let's go and see the roof, shall we? The roof is the final part of the hospital and the final part of this tutorial here. Alrighty, we are now on the roof. Here is our helipad over here, where your helicopter for first aid lands. And then you can go out that door there and have access to the roof with the chimneys over here. And then you've also got them over there on top of the power plant with these smokestacks here and a second power circuit running on top of the roof, providing power to the city. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this tour of Cell City with all the organelles being comparable to the buildings. And thank you for being with us on this tutorial, and we look forward to seeing you on another one. Thank you, and have an amazing day.